July 10th, 1:40 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Feels semi-familiar. Hey there, folks! rinimt here, and welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Thank you, Capcom Creators, for the code. We are still in a third case. So let's just go. Apollo! I can't believe it! I know, I can't believe we're still in this case. It really happened during the second act. Oh, yeah. That part too. We had a bit of a plot twist. And right in the middle of Lamirar's performance? The reason why she was in that air vent. And that switch in the flaming guitar. When you link it all together, that's what you end up with. I knew you had what it took. Oh, hey. Ah, Daddy! Mr. Wright, you believed in me? Not really. Huh? I just thought I'd make a cooler entrance and say hiya. Why do I even bother hoping? Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all. Ah, sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission. Secret? You mean like you're undercover? Like Mr. Letus, only shorter and not as well dressed? Oh no! What if you're shot too, Daddy? Would I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again. Huh? You're leaving? Oh, one thing before I go. What? Good luck. Right. Is that all you came to say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Maki Tobe off the hook. No doubt. Yeah, but... And you're after that detective, aren't you? Darn it. Darian Crescent. It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system. Current court system? What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Oh, your case is based on one fragile assumption. Namely, that our Diva Divine is telling the truth. But what about all the proof? The brooch and the switch. Piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things. Blaming guitar, too. Not because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case. But if the sultry songstress is lying, your case melts like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly Simpson. A failure. So what do I do? Well, like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend. Detective Sky? Emma? Let's see. This bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is. What are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snacking material. They were found at the scene. Analysis of fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Gunpowder? Probably a firecracker, something similar, like the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. Under the sofa? Hey, Apollo! That's where we found that little device thingy! Right, this. Finally, some evidence that makes sense! Current fragments added to the court record? Almost looks like a gun. Or something. It's all for me, I suppose. See you after the verdict. Maybe. Right. Every has the igniter inside him. Excuse me? Find Darian Crescent's igniter and set it off. And he walked out the door just like a magician. Normally. What does he want us to do? No conventional methods? What does that mean? We just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes. I guess. We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy. July 10th, 1:55 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where is Detective Crescent? In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time. Very well. Might I add, I don't believe any of this. He Darian was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3. But his guitar playing fires my imagination. That's nice, but it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct? Oh, I know. Forehead. Very well. Call the final witness to the stand. Detective Darian Kristen. Name and occupation, please. Darian Kristen, Detective, Criminal Affairs, Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division, for those of you who didn't know. And I'm a guitarist for the Governors. Maybe you've heard of us. Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here. The situation's changed, Darian, and don't call me a partner. So much for old friends. I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial. Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin with your responsible Lemirar's testimony, if in fact you have anything to say about it. Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Burgundia. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Conventional methods are out the window, huh? Here goes nothing. Darian's rebuttal. And David's line, plain and simple. She's got nothing back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots. Pfft, as if. Hey, Detective Emma Skye heard those gunshots during the third set anyway. The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. So you claim Lemirar's testimony was a lie? Hey, don't get me wrong, I dig what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. And she's got the court eating vague statements out of her hand just 'cause she's blind. You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is you've got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? Detective Skye, I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. I didn't waste any time finding our weak spot. Can't do this with Lemirar's testimony alone. I'll have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. Alright, my bracelet is not active. So we're just gonna press everything as usual. You don't have any proof she was lying. Oh yeah, kid? You saying I lied? No, I'm just saying, hello! Blair, back it down! Couldn't help it. Flinch my reflex. Detective Kristen. Yeah, what do you want? Nothing? Apollo! Chin up, back straight, you're wilting! This guy's hard as nails. He makes Walkie look downright cooperative. Look, there's no way Diva remembers my voice. This place she never heard my voice. You never talked to her, even though you were playing in the same concert? Not a word, as far as I can recall. But weren't there planning sessions or something? Gavin took care of all that himself. Darian wasn't involved in any of the meetings with her. Ugh. As if you can just go around and remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that. Lemirar's hearing is very sensitive. She could remember him if she heard him, I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it. I need proof. She forgot the words. We know she missed the words. The mixing board proved it. Oh, yeah, there was a mistake, but blaming on gunshots is just a lame excuse. What do you mean? The mixing board proves what? It proves that there was a mistake in the song. A miscue. So, she just flubbed it up big time. That's all. She spins a story about the gunshots to protect the kid and cover for her own goof. I'd have to hand it to her if she wasn't sticking it to me at the same time. Darian, watch what you say. Lemirar is an artist. She just flubbed it up. That's no small accusation for a performer of her caliber. She got you alright. To you alright. I can see it in your eyes. I tell ya, most of her stuff is so pretentious it's way over my head. Just like the rift in the Gaviner's ranks. Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. Yes, me. I go Detective Sky's story at the drop of a pick. This guy heard those gunshots from the third set anyway. Well, actually, I was there too. So, I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots. Yes. We heard gunshots. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you. I guess you and Larry Rock had the same excuse then. We know one thing for certain here. There were gunshot-like sounds that emanate from that room during the third set. What we must determine is whether those sounds were actually gunshots. Maki heard them too. Remember he said he ran for the air duct when he heard them? So how do we figure out just what those gunshots during the third set were? Shooting took place on another third man. That could have been what the shooter wanted us to think. I'll tell you what the shooter thought. What the shooter, that kid, wants you to think. He wants you to think that Diva heard me in that room. Back to relying on Lemmyroar's testimony. As much as I'm enjoying the Darian forehead show, there is no need for such tempers. Don't make us into some comedy duo. This doesn't mean that the Avon and Darian show's cancelled. None of your claims can be proven or disproved. We can argue for days like this and yet nowhere. Prosecutor Gavin is quite right. This court will hear no further discussion on this topic without new facts. New facts, huh? He's pretty eager to paint Lemmyroar as a liar, isn't he? Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case. This is tough. So what do we do? Got a few ideas. I'm gonna find another way to prove it didn't happen when he says it did. Present. What if I just present the burnt bread? Nope. What about this? Okay, I was just on the... Emma heard the thing. Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? Oh, the first was this. The small device. Oh, that's the remote triggered igniter? Correct. And one more thing. What are those? The remains of something burnt? Not another guitar, I hope. No traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker. How did Gavin know about this? What? You think Detective Sky works for you? I received a report this morning before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? I registered Darian as a witness in today's trial. Just in case. This raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been two firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control. You got an active imagination, don't ya? But you shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a bit too convenient to me. How so? So you're saying these firecrackers happened to go off right when two witnesses came walking by? That's right! Darian was on stage when that happened, Apollo. How would he know someone that was backstage right then? The firecracker goes off in the forest, and there's no one there to hear. You get my drift? Oh, why go through the trouble, man? Let's explain this. You might not look at it, but Darian is a gifted detective. He'll show any weakness, and he's sure to find it. You may not look at, partner. Gee, thanks, man. Oh, that reminds me. I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself. I saw something odd there just before the third set. Something odd? A headset. The kind all of the band and staff members were wearing. That's right. We picked this up in front of the door to that dressing room. What if the headset wasn't dropped but placed? And what if it was turned on? You could hear what was going on in the hallway. Even if you were out on stage. Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Darian. There are no sides in the court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, Air Forehead. I have a question for you. Huh? For me? Ignoring the burnt fragments that were found at the scene of the crime, it's certainly a possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sounds of gunshots. Got a headset from the hallway into the mix, and you can fabricate an alibi. But we're still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots may have been real or fake. We can't say. You've raised the possibility of the gunshots heard during the third sound were faked. Now you need to prove the other half of the case. The other half? Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the second act, while our little piano player was on stage. That right, Gavin? Indeed, if you can't prove that, then to continue this cross-examination would be pointless. Well, Mr. Justice, can you prove the crime took place during the second set? Yeah, I think... You better know, Apollo, otherwise we're through. It can be proven. Hey, you make it sound like someone else is gonna come out along and do it for you. Let's continue with the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness, your testimony, if you would. It's gonna be easier. I need some decisive proof, and fast. You ready, kid? Because I am. The shooting took place during it. Oh god! All that? We're just right back here. Wait, what about the autopsy report?
Objection!
What about the mixing board?
Objection!
Seems there was clear proof left behind. Right here in Lamirar's song. Song? What exactly is this device thingy? New variant of gramophone, perhaps? Come on, we just used this and got me started on gramophone! The device was used to record the performance part by part. Part? And you move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately, Lamirar's voice included. Oh, what does this prove? According to Lamirar's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song. You intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? We might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. Ridiculous. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room out on stage? Have you forgotten, Darian? We were all wearing these headsets. Oh. We were all deeply involved in our performance. Lamirar's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same. And let's get to analyzing that recording. Right now. Lamirar stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find the spot and find the gunshots. Play. Bang. Your Honor, listen closely to this part. This is a track with Lamirar's vocals. I did hear something faintly there, yes. Why, it sounded like a gunshot. What? This has to be some kind of mistake. Careful. I believe the case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means that Lamirar's testimony was true. Order! So, she was telling the truth about what she heard? It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Litus. Well, what do you say? It's over. I'll press the switch, now. Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught on fire. Detective Percent, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could have done it. But why did we only hear one gunshot on the recording? Weren't two bullets fired from this weapon? That mirror was moving through the air vents, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. But then, as she passed over the dressing room, something in her throat. The gun fired again, and Mr. Latus's life was taken. Well, Detective Hersen? Once again I'm reminded of something. Our performance that day. Your performance. Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory. You were there too, airful head. What is it with today? Problem after problem. Tongue! My hog won't start. My guitar case is busted. My guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was a performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. It was you, Darian. I thought it strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that. Yeah, well, You what? And Prosecutor Gavin? What are you getting at? I'm talking about the murder weapon, Mr. Latus's 45 caliber hand cannon. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. Kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur. Wait, you mean his plane was defective because he hurt himself shooting that revolver? You're forgetting something. Yes, Detective Kersen? I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training. Plenty of it. I'm no amateur. The standard sidearm issued to police officers is a 38 caliber weapon. A much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belongs to the victim, Mr. Latus. Which suggests there was a struggle between the killer and the victim. So the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean? The thought had occurred to me, yes. Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescend! What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up, ready for action, has to say. Hey you, attorney. Me? Exactly which piece of your evidence decides to begin? You got a little noise on the tape that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar you missed due to a 45 caliber kickback. I wait for this case, Gavin. I really do. You can line up your little tweak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager, and that's the obvious truth. Witness has a point. Vince's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Percent. Ugh. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it. Witness testimony. Proof of innocence. Come on, why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy, I got no motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to this country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? A simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Latus had not been to our country before? According to our records, yes, not even once. I see, very well. Mr. Justice, you can begin a cross-examination. Great, now I need to find a motive. The egg. Our manager, sure, but Mr. Latus was... Oh, right, sorry, Interpol agent, wasn't he? I just have trouble picturing a big lunk as an undercover cop, you dig? And not a very good one, seeing how he got wasted. That's cool, dog. Not that it matters either way. See, I had no reason to kill the man, whatever he was. There isn't easy explanation. But that's the same for Maki. No motive was proven for him. Come on, he traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive of his own. Ugh. More than I sure did. I mean, think about it. That's Diva's first trip to this country, right? Darian, you're a detective with international affairs? Yeah, what of it? Even if this was Mr. Latus's first trip to this country, You still could have met him prior to the concert. Huh? Or don't you take any international trips in international affairs? That's right. Well, Detective Percent? That's your game, huh? Guess I better confess then. Yes. Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I've never been sent overseas. What? But you're an international... See, me and Plane's got a difference of opinion. We don't like each other much. My condolences there for him, but he's telling the truth. He's never set foot outside this country. I can guarantee it. As it turns out, my division has plenty of work to do locally as well. That's so unfair. Possibly know him. So you didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert. Fraternize? Huh, I don't think we exchanged a single word. As if anyone would want to talk to the old Eastern blockhead. Now the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So, you see... I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Hold it! You sure about that? What? What? Wipe the look off your face before I do it for you! Listen, you try throwing out one of your wild accusations. I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget who you're accusing of what. At forehead, perhaps it's best if you let your evidence do the talking, yeah? Man, what evidence? That's what I want to know. Isn't this motive question is ammunition, huh? Well, I've got an ammunition too. Evidence. The egg? Your Honor. Like, take a look at this. What's that? Looks like candy. It's not. Don't lick it. Please? Detective Crescent. Ever see this? It looks like a pile of candy. Or a piece of candy. What it is evidence. Don't look it before you try it. The piece? Yeah, piece. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings. A cocoon. Never seen one that color. It is a variety only found in the Republic of Virginia. No, nowhere else. Alright, but what is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with a motive for killing Mr. Letus. Does it? It does. Wait. I mean, I think it does. You don't sound so confident, man. A cocoon. Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind that you can make, well, silk out of? Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative. A curative? For what? Apparently, it is most efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out to Virginia. Whatever for. If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world? Yeah, that's what I've been wondering! The looks doesn't matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture a remedy from the cocoon. Yet, if you change the process only slightly, you could easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact. What? There was an incident several years ago where some of these got onto the black market. It caused quite a commotion in the global community, though the media was kept largely unaware. Intriguing. All this has led to a strict ban on cocoons export. One rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others. Interpol. Right. The victim, Romain Letus, was an Interpol agent. Detective Percent, you insist on referring to him as a manager. But that is misleading. Romain Letus wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent. And so I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country. That's what you're trying to say? I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder. Oh, so I was gonna sell it on the black market and make myself a pretty penny? Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable. Unthinkable, you say? Why? Perhaps it's time for another testimony about the smuggling of cocoons business.